is playing guitar in the beginning, and then we just join in on conversations.
Okay, and we are live.
All right, here we
great
go.
with some guitar.
This is my first virtual chat, by the way, with Kristofer Turdell and Arianna Tricomi. I met them this year. Well, I knew them before, but we've spent the whole season on the Freeride World Tour together. These guys have been competing very well. I've been observing very well, I'd like to say. But yeah, it's the season's been cut short for all of us, apart from Kristofer. He's been out skiing recently.
Yeah, I guess it's not the same. Everything kind of got canceled, of course. But I can still enjoy being outdoors.
Where are you, Ari?
I'm currently in Verbier, actually. I didn't move very far. I stayed here. I'm at Elizabeth Gerritsen's place, so mega thank you for hosting me forever. And yeah, I'm pretty happy to be in Switzerland right now, actually, because here we can still like go outdoor alone or just like 2 people at a time, like try to be smart. So pretty happy to stay here.
Yeah, I'm in Innsbruck in Austria, and I mean we're pretty like locked down. We're not allowed to leave like our district, so you can't leave like the Innsbruck district. You're only allowed to go, or you should only go to the closest grocery store. You can't go out and ride your bike, or I mean, some people go out for a jog, but I think it's a bit frowned upon. So I'm starting to go a little bit crazy, actually. I think it's tough. It's tough being in quarantine.
Yeah, I've seen you started doing yoga every day.
Yeah, yoga's been good. It's a good way to pass the time. Yeah, and it feels good. I'm enjoying it. And where are you, Kristofer? You're in Åre.
Yeah, I'm up in Åre in Sweden, where part of the ski resort is still running, so we can go out for a few laps, trying to keep social distancing. Yeah, so I guess I'm not in the worst place, but of course it's a serious situation.
Yeah, for sure.
Can go out for a few laps, man. Like, seriously, I realized how much I love ski lifts and chair lifts and gondolas. Like in this time, I realized thanks to the chair lifts, for sure. Really miss it.
Yeah, it sure puts some perspective on life in general.
Oh yeah, for sure. About many things, really. So interesting times.
Yeah. Yesterday it should have been the final of the Freeride World Tour in Verbier on the Bec de Ross. I watched there was a 25 years video that was out on Red Bull TV the other day. I checked that out, and I mean I watched the comp last year. I was there, and I mean you guys have obviously skied in it more than once. Kristofer, I mean that face is pretty much your style of skiing, right? Going big, going fast.
Yeah, I mean it's. I would say it's my favorite stop of the year on the Freeride World Tour. It's. I really like all the different kind of aspects of phases and venues and skiing on the tour. But Verbier and the Extreme is definitely like the last piece of it that brings all of it together. So of course a little bit bummed we can't compete this year. Hopefully next year.
I feel like it really kind of separates the field as well, like those true big mountain athletes, and then I wouldn't say the small mountain athletes, but you know, the more freestyle guys to the more free riders.
Yeah, but I mean that's the thing with free riding in general. You never know exactly what you can expect, and in the end you need to be able to ride all of it really, really good, and that's kind of exciting in a way too.
Yeah. Ari, you obviously made it to Verbier because you're still there.
Yeah.
Did you actually make it, Kristofer? You were rushing to get there, right?
Yeah, because they tried to run the event 2 weeks earlier. I was actually in Verbier for 2 days before heading home to Sweden again.
And Ari, you got to see the face. Did you get to ski it?
No, man, no. So I'm in Verbier since more than 2 weeks, and no, I haven't skied the face. I haven't even seen it from really close. So, I mean, it's nice to be here. I'm really appreciating being in Verbier because usually I was always here for the extremes. It was busy, it was crazy competition time, and now it's really nice to just look around the mountains that Verbier has, and it's beautiful. There's not only the Bec de Ros out there for sure. There's a few of them around, so nice place to be.
Yeah. And what about? I mean, that final. I mean, Ari was. I mean, you've been in a close competition all year to take the overall title, which you did take now.
Yeah.
How does that feel? Like, is that,
well,
were you happy with it, or you disappointed you didn't get to finish the whole season?
That's for sure. I mean, I love skiing, and I would have loved to compete on the Bec de Ros, especially this year, because we saw, wow, a nice background, Paddy. Yeah.
There you are.
Mm.
Second place. I was in first that day. There you go.
You always win, Paddy. So yeah, I just saw some pictures, and the Bec de Ros is so filled. So I think everybody was really looking forward for a good year on the Bec de Ros. So I'm definitely disappointed that I couldn't finish the competition here on that mountain, even because it took me a few years, but now I'm really excited to ski it. I remember the first years I was so impressed and kind of scared and didn't feel good with it, but now I was like, yes, the Bec de Ros, really stoked about it. So of course I'm super happy I won, but it doesn't feel like the past 2 years. It's been such a weird way of ending the season and saying really fast goodbyes to everyone. So definitely I don't know, it took me some time to realize, and I'm still like trying to figure out where I am and what happened. Yeah, just life changed so fast. Boom, from that one day to the other. So
yeah, really fast.
Yeah,
it's crazy as well, like being on the tour and you see everyone for so long, and then all of a sudden it was cancelled, and you don't get to say goodbye. Like, it was really
even
weird.
I mean, the time between comps can be really fun because you get to go skiing with some homies from the tour, and we like missed that, we did Fieberbrunn, and then things changed in 3 days, so we didn't get to ski a lot together, and interesting winter season for sure.
And Kristofer, you were locked. You finished in second overall, right?
Yeah, I finished in second, which I guess I'm pretty happy with actually. Going into the season, you never know what to expect. There's a lot of new riders, and you're the small margins. You have to succeed in pretty much every comp to get a good overall score. Always aiming for that first place, of course. But looking back how it turned out, it's a nice place to be in. Like there in your background.
Yeah, someone beat you that day though. Look, who's that?
It's Leo.
That was Leo. That was his first
beating
contest back, and he beat you.
Yep.
You're so mean, Paddy.
No, of course not. No, it's such an unfortunate thing to finish like the season without getting to show everything. Like for you, Kristofer, it's like that last comp was, I mean, that's where I think you would have been skiing probably your best. It's a really good, a good venue for you, and it's sad that we got to miss that. Yeah,
it's definitely the biggest event I do. Probably all of us do all year. So everyone is looking forward to it or going into it with a lot of expectations. So, and this year would have been the 25th anniversary, as you said. So that would have been special too. And since I managed to, Ari's been winning the overall for 3 years now, which is pretty amazing. I won it once. So I was looking forward to the extreme a lot because that's the biggest event, and have a win there would be amazing. But now I have to wait.
Yeah, man, I would have loved to watch you ski down there because it's always, I don't know, I'm speechless every time you ski some big mountain lines. Seriously, really look up to your style and your flow. So yeah, can't wait to see you ski down the back.
Yeah, on a good day, and from looking at the pictures they sent us 2-3 weeks ago, it looked really filled in. So this year would have been a good year, I think.
Yeah, we've been scoping the back from far, like with the binocular. I would like hike up and just scope it, and it's so white you can't even imagine. You're like, I wish I was up there.
Yeah. Were you there when they did the 25 years anniversary thing with the lights, night skiing it?
No, but that was in January.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So they did it before, and no, so apparently there were like million people on the back mid-March, so that would have been
yeah, a lot of locals.
yeah, no, so that was in
that video was crazy, them skiing down there at night.
Yeah.
Oof.
I
Would
don't
not fancy that.
about that.
I wouldn't fancy skiing down in the day, let alone at night. So
yeah,
it was really cool.
With your flashlight only giving you 1 meter or 2 meter visibility, and it feels extra steep. You know it's cliff below you all the time.
Yeah. We do have some questions coming in. So if anyone's watching, I don't even know if anyone's watching, but if you are watching, you can send us a question and we'll try and answer it. One of the questions is, Paddy, why don't you compete in the Freeride World Tour? Because it's gnarly and extreme.
Come
on.
You could do it.
This year when I was there and watching, I was always like, oh wow, this is amazing. I'd love to have a go. And then sometimes you get to an event and you know the snow's not quite amazing, or the light's not amazing, and then I'm like, oh god, this would be a challenge for me.
Here.
So it's definitely something that I would think about doing, but it's not as easy or straightforward as it looks on the TV.
But I think I see what you're doing here. You've been following us around this year, kind of making strategies, and then you're gonna join next year, and when you know how to handle everything. So that's gonna be fun.
I think that would be actually be an advantage. You know, you get to know everyone.
Yeah.
You know, friends. You don't have to go into like an environment that you don't know. I mean, what's it like joining the tour actually? Because it's just everyone's friends already, and like, I don't know, as a newcomer, do you feel like an outsider, or is it quite welcoming?
Well, how do you feel? You were a newcomer.
Yeah, it was amazing.
You have to answer that.
Yeah, that is true. But I wasn't competing.
I think your first season of the tour, at least my first season, you came in with a lot of expectations and everything was so new. You had a helicopter filming your runs, which was completely new to me, and there's just a big organization around you all the time. So it puts a lot of pressure on you. But then now after 5 years, I think like every year gets more comfortable and more fun because you of course get to know all the people, all the riders, all the stuff more and more, and you become friends, and every year it's like even more fun to come back, see everyone, and of course skiing.
Well, for me, I have to say the first year on tour was the most fun.
You think?
Yeah, my first year, just because I got on the tour from the qualifiers, nobody knew me, nobody had expectations on me, and I didn't really care a lot about the heli or the cameras. I just thought it's so cool. I'm traveling and I'm going skiing and partying, you know? So that's the dream. And I really remember my first year as the most beautiful one, just because I was now skiing with these people that I've been looking up for a few years. And so for me, the second year was almost the most difficult one, because my first year I became rookie of the year and ended up third overall, and I feel like on your second year people expect something from you, so I definitely had this like
okay.
transition.
So you felt more pressure the second year.
Yeah, more for sure. Like the first year, I didn't care at all. I was just skiing and partying and having a good time, and I didn't care about anything. But then the second year, I feel like people were expecting good skiing from me, and after that, it took me 2 years to like don't care again, you know. And then I won 3 times. So
was there more pressure on those years after? Do you think that's what?
yeah, definitely more the second year more than the first year, just because the first year nobody knew me, you know. I got on the tours like, who is this girl? And just another skier girl, and I ended up third overall, so I was super happy. I was not even expecting to do that well. And so yeah, second year I felt like there was more expectation. But
We've got another question in from Jade Krolick. It says, who are you watching that will/could join the tour in the next years, and what will their strengths be? It was really cool this year on the Freeride World Tour. There were a few of the junior events going on, and I thought that was really like cool to watch. How you guys go and watch the junior events and meet all the kids. Do you guys get to watch the qualifier, like the qualifying series as well?
I haven't really seen many qualifying events since I was qualifying in 2015, but after that, like the World Tour stops hasn't been that close to any qualifiers, so I haven't seen that much. Of course, I've seen some footage afterwards, but not live.
I saw that crazy gap that someone did in Montafon this year. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, I saw that on Instagram. I think
Yeah.
I don't remember who he was. Wasn't it? Was a French guy, I think.
French guy, yeah.
I think it was Solène, the Bimbo's friend. I think I know him from back in the days when I was still on the qualifiers. He was already there. Yeah, I follow the qualifiers really, but I've heard the level is of course really high. And the juniors, especially, I was impressed at the Junior World Championships in Kappel. I was there as a forerunner. It was super nice to see all the kids. And yeah, the level is rising. There's definitely more tricks coming, like big tricks. And I think these kids are made out of rubber because they bend in all directions and they don't break. So it was pretty cool to watch them. And I think maybe in the next couple of years, it would be nice to see some skiers coming from filming. And I think it's going to happen more and more because I think the tour is pretty attractive and it's really good fun to just go and travel with your friends. So it'd be nice to see. I really like Sam Koch. I don't know how you say his last name, or like Parkin. Like these guys that I met at Kings and Queens. I think it would be amazing to see these guys on the tour one day because they have they're strong skiers and have like big tricks. So I really hope they try the tour for a year. That'd be nice to see.
What about you, Kristofer? Do you have anyone that you'd like to see on the tour? Apart from me, obviously.
I would really like to see you on tour, Paddy, but I hope you will join us. Even if you won't compete, I hope you'll join us in the future too. But I would love to see more snowboarders as well. There's been 1 year Terje Håkansson was going to do the Japan event. Travis Rice has been killing the Japan event for a couple of years. So it would be fun to see him traveling around with the tour too.
Yeah, his run in Japan like 2 or 3 years ago, I guess. On that like lower face when near the river. That was insane. That was a crazy run. Like
he's using another gravity than the rest of us.
Yeah, he's the video game, isn't he?
Yeah.
Speaking of our favorite athletes, favorite riders, outside of the Freeride World Tour, who are your favorite skiers to watch at the moment?
Well, for me, I look up at Eric Pollard and Chris Benchetler's like Nimbus. I really like watching Nimbus, and I don't know, they're not like the actual skiers right now, but for me, I don't feel like the level has changed so much from back in the days. And these are for sure the type of skiers that I look up to. I also like Parker White a lot. So definitely more maybe backcountry mini golf kind of style. And as also there's some park skiers that I really like Antti Ollila. I had the chance to ski with him this winter. It was just the flow and how natural he spins on the kickers. It's really impressive. So I like to look up like also on like different styles and different kind of mountains. And yeah, it's thanks guys for inspiring us all the time.
Yeah, one of the guys I like watching the most at the moment is Lucas Wax, is it?
Oh yeah.
He's like an American guy. He's insane. He's so good. And quite young and just does kind of skis everything. And
yeah. Also,
I want to see more of him.
He's like such a overall really good skier. Sam Koch, I skied with him in Jackson Hole. It's wow. I'm always super thankful when I can follow someone like him around skiing. You learn so much. Yeah.
Who are your favorites, Kristofer?
Kristofer Turdell, I forgot, of course. One of my
Have you
favorite
been watching me?
mountain skiers.
Yeah, I think you have to mention Candide Touvet. It's really cool to see his videos. And also, some of the new schools guys in Sweden, the bunch, Lucas Madison, I think they're really creative, doing things on not the biggest mountains, but it's really interesting to watch.
Are those guys from up where you're from, actually?
No, really. I guess they're from different spots, but I'm from way up north. They're from Stockholm and mid Sweden, I would say.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like every time Candide puts out something new, you can't deny that he's, I don't know,
It's
he's
really
like,
interesting to watch.
he's the best, you know. It's really amazing to watch. I saw an edit. Did you see Simon Dumont was skiing again recently? He had an edit come out, and I saw some of the kids I follow on Instagram. They were like, "Oh, check out this old school," and I was like, "What? That's not old school. That's dope." Yeah, it's really funny. All right, we've got a couple more questions or shout out to people viewing in Colorado, Switzerland, and Sweden.
Shout out,
to you guys.
Everybody around the world. Thanks for following us.
Yeah. Danklord69 asked if me and Ari were planning on wearing the same outfits. I was kind of planning on it, actually, because I've been tuning in to some of Ari's previous live chats, so I thought I'd pull out my Hawaiian shirt. It's nice.
Get the memo.
Yeah, we didn't include Kristofer, unfortunately. But the hat's total coincidence. But it's nice wearing a bright top like this, especially when you're stuck inside all day. Bring a bit of
happiness.
Bring you a bit of energy.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Some color in your life. Yeah.
We have another question. We're all skiers, but obviously we are all skiers. But what is our opinion on Victor Delarue's riding and other snowboarders?
I guess they're doing okay. Or what do you think?
Yeah, they're decent. Yeah.
I had a like watching the snowboarders this year it's pretty crazy how like the levels, they're all stepping up the level like over the last few years. Victor's amazing. His line in Fieberbrunn, when like some of the like he was like riding a pocket of snow and it slipped, and then he would still did the 360 like off the spine.
Yeah,
That was insane.
Yeah, I get really inspired by the snowboarders. I really like, especially when we compete, to be after the snowboarders, because I sometimes copy them a little bit, because I think the way they actually read the terrain, at least for me, is so playful, and they really make the most out of the waves and the spines and all these like fun features that you can find on a mountain. So for me, it's always really helpful if I can watch the snowboarders before I go. And it was amazing to have Niels as a wild card this year, because he's a super nice human being, and for me, I rode with him a couple of times, one of the best snowboarders I've ever met. Really floaty, stompy, and just surfy. So super cool to have a new guy on the tour that won it straight away. So good job, Niels, and all the snowboarders out there. Thanks.
Yeah, it's funny, like watching the snowboarders compared to skiers in the contests. I think the snowboarders kind of choose a more like, kind of like a film run, you know, like something like when you talk to the snowboarders after, they're like, oh, everyone's like, oh, I just chose what I wanted to ride and what's going to feel good. Whereas in the skiing, I feel like it's a bit more like competitive, like competition skiing kind of thing, you know. It's like, I don't know,
finding like big cliffs that scores
understand what I'm
well.
trying to say?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a little bit in snowboard as well, like that as well. But I definitely enjoy watching snowboarders on the tour and in movies, because it's so playful and super stylish. I was riding a lot growing up with snowboarders as well, trying to learn from them.
Yeah, I really liked Cody this year, the young snowboarder.
Yeah, Cody was doing
Swedish
the gap
guy.
in Fieberbrunn.
Yeah, that was a sick gap.
It's amazing to see it live. Like watching it on the replay doesn't make it look good enough. Like seeing it live is amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool. We've got more questions. Let's see. When quarantine is over, I want to see you trying snowboarding. Me, yes, Paddy, you too. Yeah, I went snowboarding this year. I was rubbish. I had a day before, so I went snowboarding twice. And the day before, I just went out with Jono, and it was like a bit of a powder day, and it was awesome. And then I went out with Niels, and it wasn't powder, and it was really hard. I struggled. Do you snowboard? You've been snowboarding this year, Ari?
Yeah, man, finally, actually.
You were good.
If I could go back, I'd be a snowboarder, I think. But I grew up in a ski family, so yeah, I became a skier, and it's awesome. But this winter, finally, I went out snowboarding. The years before, I was so scared to get hurt somehow, so I was like, no, I'm not going. And this winter, I'm like, yes, I'm going. And I went quite a lot and realized that I'm not so bad as I thought. And the thing that really impressed me is how easy it is to get a face shot on a snowboard, please. Like, boom, boom, face shot. I couldn't believe it. So, yeah, I'm keen to snowboard way more in the future. So, Paddy, always welcome. We go out and snowboard.
I need to get, my boots are like really uncomfortable.
That's not an excuse, you know. Everyone's like, yeah, my boots, my board.
It should be better, right?
It's not an excuse, man. Just gotta go out there. Let's go.
Can you snowboard, Kristofer?
No, not a lot, but I do sometimes, and I really enjoy it. Or especially enjoy the snowboard boots compared to ski boots.
Yeah,
It's so much more comfortable.
yeah.
So I could think of changing to snowboarding just because wearing snowboard boots.
So the boots, yeah, that's a good reason.
I remember there was like a few years ago, there used to be like snowboard boots that could kind of go into ski bindings. Did you see those?
That would be cool. I would try that.
I don't know if how much power you get out of them, but
Go back
it'd
to
definitely be
Europe,
interesting.
you can try them. They hold you.
Do you guys have any specific routines on competition day or the day before? Do you put your left ski boot on first or something similar? And what do you guys eat?
We usually get up super early in the morning, like sometimes 4 or 5 in the morning. And of course, good for you if you're able to eat something, but eating that early is hard. So you try to get with a snack or something light. But then routines, yeah, I think I have routines, but I hope I have them so dialed in so I don't have to think about them. It's just you don't want to forget any gear, your bib, cameras, everything. So that's just it. Just remember all the gear.
On the competition day in Fieberbrunn, I was with Niels, and he's like, "Oh, I forgot my GoPro."
Yeah.
And then so he was stressing about that. I could give him mine, but he was like, "Oh, I don't want to write in the athletes group on WhatsApp that I've forgotten it, and I look bad."
I guess the GoPro isn't the worst thing to forget, but imagine if you forgot your like bib or gloves or avalanche gear or something important, that would suck.
I remember one year Sammy forgot his bib and he dropped in on the back without the bib.
Yeah,
Just at the start.
I was there in the start gate.
Yeah, right? It's like, oh shit, I forgot it. Yeah.
Everyone was waiting for him. He was dropping in like in seconds, and then the radio called him up and, Sammy, why aren't you wearing your bib? And Sammy was just looking down. What the? Where's my bib? And he forgot it.
Yeah. So I mean, not the worst. Apparently, he still won. Not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have like a specific routine before the comp. I try to get my gear ready the night before so I don't have to freak out in the morning. And because I usually, maybe the only thing is like sitting long time at breakfast, because as you said, like eating is not the easiest thing because it's early and because I don't feel so stressed on comp days, apparently, but my stomach definitely tells me that I'm stressed somewhere, I have a hard time eating. So I really like sitting down, even for like 40 minutes, coffee, usually eggs, something sweet, and like really take time to relax. That's the only thing that I really enjoy before the comps, having time to relax. And taking a few laps before the run. That's
important.
Like I know some people don't struggle so much with like having the comp run as first run of the day, but for me, I always need like 3, 4 to 5 runs to really feel my legs ready and be there. So taking a few laps is always something very nice, if possible.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that some of the events we like went up on comp day, and then it was like you said, literally first run was you were stood in the start gate and you had to drop in.
Oh yeah, Alaska.
That's nuts. And obviously you've never skied the face before, you don't know exactly how conditions are. I think that's something that I would think about as well, as like if I'm about to drop into that competition, it'd be like, stress levels would be mind-blowing for me. Just not knowing what's coming.
I think like that too. Like getting all your gear is important, but if you want to have one routine, that would be to have at least a couple of warm-up runs. That's super important for me too. If possible. Sometimes it's not possible, but
yeah. I mean, like Ari, you were saying about like eating stuff before you go up, and like when we're out like having film days and stuff, I remember you come home sometimes and you're like, oh, I didn't eat anything today.
I know.
You know, you like don't stop for lunch, or you have like a super small breakfast or something.
Yeah.
And it's just, I guess you got your mind on other things.
Yeah, for sure. Like usually even on like normal ski days, I like to have a big breakfast and then I never stop for food. Never ever. Like we always ski the whole day, maybe have a snack. But yeah, comps days are definitely different. That's why I force myself to eat in the morning, even if I can't. Because usually before the comp, sometimes I'm hungry, but I just can't eat anything. It doesn't really go down. So yeah, comp days. It's gonna take a while until the next one.
Yeah. That I actually, talking of routine, I've found now I'm stuck in the apartment all the time. I need to find a proper routine every day, I think. Like I feel it's almost like I'm living on a spaceship and you have to like, you know, get up and do stuff. And I don't know, so like this morning I was like, what am I doing today? You know, like it was hard for me to get up today, I felt like. Get into me.
Yeah, I mean, but that's at least the good thing. You don't really need to get up somehow, you know. Well, I mean,
you should get up though, probably.
so few hours you can do stuff. So if you don't feel like getting up, or like whatever, I still have the whole day, you know. So there's so much time. I'm enjoying it somehow for sure. Like it's nice to do stuff that I've never done before, like this thing, you know. So it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, you started playing guitar.
Yeah, it's a ukulele, so it's not a guitar. I think guitar would be. Sorry.
I hope we've got a tune coming, by the way.
Well, I'm learning a few songs, but I'm still like too shy to sing in front of, I don't know how many people are there, but I'm working on a few songs, and the day that I feel like recording, then I put them out. Yeah, for you guys. It's really nice. And it was crazy to see how many hours I spent on this thing without even realizing. Like just 3 hours are gone so fast. So I recommend anybody out there to try play something. It's so nice.
Have you got any musical talent, Chris?
I don't know, man. Like I like singing a lot. Like my friends back home, they're really good musicians. So usually I sing. I really like jamming, like just like random lyrics. But now I'm trying to sing and play. So that's really hard. I'm not very coordinated yet with hands, but maybe I told myself if I would have spent all the hours that I spent skiing on this thing, I'd probably be better. So yeah, I skied a lot, but didn't play anything. So.
You'd be world champion ukulele.
Maybe, no, I don't think so. Maybe I move to Hawaii and then I'd be a world champion ukulele.
Can you play any instruments, Turdell?
I used to, when I was younger, I took drumming lessons. I can still play a little bit of drums. I don't think I'm good enough to play in a band or anything, but I can play around a little bit.
You can jam. I'm terrible at musical instruments. My mum made me play the recorder, you know, like a super simple like flute.
Yeah.
When I was like really young, and the best thing I could do was play it out of my nose. That was like how much I loved it. I was rubbish.
Let's play.
But now is the time to learn new stuff when you got extra just sitting at home.
It is, yeah. It is. Yeah, someone's, asking what does a normal day look like at the moment? For me, I'm restricted to our apartment really. But I've been doing some yoga, which is great. Been trying to do like all that boring computer stuff that you never usually do. Been trying to do that. Planning new stuff for next year when we can ski again. trips or projects, and then trying to do some more like fitness stuff, which is really easy because every athlete that I follow on social media has become like a fitness instructor at the moment. So
Yeah.
really good. Ari, what have you been doing to keep fit?
Well, I'll be very honest with you guys. I haven't been doing much because I didn't feel like, and it took me a while just to like find myself again, kinda, and I really took this time to think and try to, I don't know, it was a very like intense moment for me where I didn't feel like training or anything because I feel like I will have a lot of time to be very fit again. So I don't have a trainings plan. I don't follow a routine. So I really go with the flow. And these past 2 weeks for me were more soul and head and not so much, oh, I have to be fit, you know? So I still go out and walk like old people do, you know, just walking and looking around and listening to some nice music. Then I cry also, like I want to be very honest with everybody, like it was not an easy time where I was trying to get a bigger picture of the world and not only about skiing and comps and what our world is made of. And it was really interesting to see, like for me at least, how skiing was actually not important on a bigger picture of what is going on right now in the world, but how important it is for me, like how important shredding, more like this lapping, because everybody told me, yeah, but you can go ski tour if you want, and I love ski touring, but this lapping, you know, shredding the whole day with your homies on slushy snow, I really realized how much I love skiing. And so I didn't feel like sweating and do abs and all this stuff. I did a lot of respiration. I just breathing a lot. And yeah, felt good. It was a really nice transition time to times where I will train again. So I think those times will come.
Yeah, I think it's quite funny. Like as soon as there was this lockdown, it was like people are asking you questions or emailing you like, oh, what are you doing now? How are you keeping fit? And it's like, well, actually, kind of was just chilling, like relaxing, not being on skis. So,
Yes.
But I mean, I've started to get a little bit, a bit stir crazy. So,
Well, I think it's a big difference that you're not going out, because I'm not going out for crazy adventures like we did maybe before, but even just the thing, just even go out and walk 1 hour, not even going up high anywhere, just walk and breathe. I feel like it's crazy that you're not allowed to do that. Like for me, I don't understand that, because if you go alone, you go out alone and you want to just stay fit and breathe good air, I don't feel like anybody should take that away from you. But
yeah, I've been enjoying my bike ride to go grocery shopping. That's the best.
Taking a little extra lap to the grocery store.
Yeah, but it's crazy. Like I used to take like the long way around to get to the grocery store, but now like they've closed like cycle paths or like sort of like nice places where you can walk. We like walked up into the woods behind where we live here, and all the car parks, like usually where people stop to go hiking and stuff, they're all fenced off. Like you can't go there with the car. Yesterday I saw a guy, quite an old guy, out on his bike going up the mountain. I was like, I would like to do that, but it's not very responsible right now.
Yeah.
But Kristofer, you're sat here like just being like, what are you guys talking about? I've been out skiing today.
A little bit like that, yes. I know your situation, but I guess I'm pretty lucky they can still be outside. I don't meet many people during the days, but I've been skiing a little bit today, and yeah, so that's
Wow.
really nice.
Good. It's really good.
Happy for you, Kristofer. Takes time for us. Thank you. Thanks.
I'm doing laps for you, Ari.
Thank you. No, please, seriously, I'm asking you.
You do the ski touring for Ari.
Yeah, I'll maybe go out ski touring tomorrow.
Yeah, okay. But I can do that probably too here. Like people can go out ski tour here in really small groups. So
Yeah.
we're pretty lucky. Unfortunately, ski touring is not good for my ankle yet. I went out.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel good. Like if I go for a small ski tour, I need so many days to recover. So I felt like I maybe just wait a little longer and then go out again. But yeah, enjoy the snow, Kristofer, for sure.
I am.
Epic.
I have a question to Paddy. I know it doesn't really fit this, but since you're in Innsbruck and I actually live in Innsbruck, I wanted to ask you if you know how long this is gonna take there, because I might come back one day. But
Yeah. So at the moment, they've said like this lockdown lasts until Monday the 13th, I think it is, like another 2 weeks. But I don't know, like I keep up to date with the news and everything, and my girlfriend works at a hospital, and yeah, we've chatted about it, and she thinks that it probably gonna last a bit longer.
a bit longer. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is a situation that like the longer it takes, the better it's gonna be. Because if it gets really bad, everyone is going to get sick at the same time, and that's what everyone wants, trying to avoid. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess the longer you stay in, the less chance is of like the virus spreading again, or you know, getting around. It's crazy, but like I don't know, it's crazy that like the whole like world basically is responding to this threat, and you know, people are respecting it and people are doing it. It's nice to see. It's good to, it's like a bit of like humanity, I guess. But anyway, apart from that, yeah, it's time to do some fun stuff at home.
Yoga?
Yeah, I've got yoga coming up today. If anyone wants to join yoga, I mean, I just Googled it, and it was free, and it's really good. You guys should try it. I definitely recommend it.
I think Elise started with it. She got inspired by you.
Yeah, I need to start too. So if you got some good inspiration, Paddy, you send it over to me.
Yeah, it's a channel called Yoga with Adrienne, and she's got a dog called Benji.
Oh, dogs! I love dogs.
A little dog comes in every so often, but it's really good. Like, I mean, I really like the active stuff, the stretching, like the other stuff where she's like saying all these yoga words and being all like all the relaxing stuff. I'm not that into. But yeah, I can recommend it.
Okay, Paddy, I do it for you.
All right, well, I guess we can wrap this up. We can head off.
Nice chatting with you guys.
Yeah,
It was great.
guys.
It was great chatting.
Yeah, we'll see you again in the chat probably.
Yeah. Kristofer, enjoy your time outside.
Yeah, have fun,
We
Kristofer.
will. All the
Ari,
best, guys. Nice talking to you.
You too. And Ari, I'm looking forward to hearing some of your tunes.
Yeah, can't we end the live stream with some tunes?
Right now.
Yeah, can we have a tune?
But I'm so ashamed. And I need always like some time to get into it. But
You can stand off camera and pretend no one's watching.
maybe just the chorus. But I don't know if people know this song. It's called Skinny Love. Do you know this song?
I know it.
You know it, but I'm very ashamed. But I can try.
You got it.
And now I have to sing, guys. Okay. Come on, skin love, just last a year. For our little soul will never hear. Mama, my, my. Okay. Staring at the sinking crush veneer. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now I practice.
Good.
That's the song. And
Awesome.
I was very ashamed to do it in the live stream, but you will see a better version of it.
It was very good.
Thank you.
Nice. Thanks, Ari.
Thanks you. I'm gonna go play now.
Nice. Thanks, Kristofer.
Thanks, Paddy. Ciao, Ari.
You'll be fine.
Virtual high fives.
And I told you to be kind. And in the morning I'll be